Please rise for the national anthem. May I request Professor Dr. V.C. Vivekanandan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Hidayatullah National Law University, to deliver the welcome address and present the report of the university.
Good afternoon to all. Today, we gather not merely to confer degrees, but to consecrate our journeys. It is my profound privilege to welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Chief Justice of India, as the chief guest for this convocation and bearer of the convocation address. Yesterday marked 90 days of His Lordship's stewardship as Chief Justice of India. In these 90 days, not a single working day of the court has been missed. Yet, what is equally remarkable is, in this outside courtroom, almost every weekend, His Lordship has chosen to be among students, visiting 6 law institutions in these 90 days, and HNLU is the 7th, all in a matter of 12 weeks, including his alma mater. That works out a fortnightly presence in knowledge spaces of legal education. Let me share a small anecdote. At one of the law schools, a student asked a visiting jurist, "My lord, after such demanding court days, why do you still travel to speak to us?" His response was simple: "The courtroom decides today, the classroom decides tomorrow." That to me captures the cathartic dimension of his engagement with legal education. It is not ceremonial. In my opinion, it is generational. Born in a village in Haryana to a Sanskrit teacher and a homemaker, without a pedigree or privilege, his journey from Hisar to the helm of the highest constitutional court itself is a footprint of equity espoused by our wonderful constitution. His Lordship graduated in geography at Hisar, but none would have imagined that he will be creating history by heading the highest constitutional court of the country. The early signal manifested when he became the youngest Advocate General at Haryana. Sir, your life stands as a silent and powerful message to our graduates that anyone with a focus, discipline, and integrity can overcome the odds of an early life to achieve pinnacle in their career. Sir, on behalf of HNLU fraternity, we welcome you with admiration and anticipation. we should have had our Honorable Chief Minister through Vishnu Diosai, but he had to miss this due to some urgent engagement, and we all know he is a person representing unprivileged people and also a promise of social justice. I hope you will be there in another event soon. Now, I will turn to welcome Honorable Mr. Justice P.S. Narasimha, distinguished jurist, scholar, and valuable member of our Executive Council. Sir, your consistent engagement with HNLU, your council, accessibility, and intellectual generosity have strengthened our institution. It was you who graced our previous convocation, and today you have once again ensured that this moment is elevated. Sir, we are honored to have you amidst us. We are equally privileged to have with us Honorable Mr. Justice Prashant Kumar Mishra of the Supreme Court of India, a friend, a philosopher, and a guide to HNLU since the establishment of HNLU. The institutional history of HNLU is inseparable from your stewardship across decades. So, we welcome you on behalf of HNLU fraternity to this convocation. Our deepest gratitude to our Honorable Chancellor and Chief Justice of the High Court of Chhattisgarh, Shri Ramesh Sinha, whose commitment to the university remains unwavering. Sir, your presence today, despite personal bereavement, reflects a professional dedication that deeply moves us. We thank you for your presence for conferring degrees upon our graduate. Sir, we welcome you to your own event today. We also heartily welcome our council member jurist, Honorable Mr. Path Pratim Sahu, Honorable Mr. Sam Koshi, and Honorable Mr. Goda Raghuram for this event, and thank them for their valuable guidance and mentorship to HNLU. We also acknowledge the gratitude of the presence of the Honorable Minister of Law, Honorable Minister of Tribal Affairs, who are members and who have been participating in our events regularly, and today, in spite of their busy schedule, they are present here. We are very thankful to both of them to be present here. We are also thankful for the honorable judges of the High Court of Chhattisgarh who have traveled all the way from Bilaspur to be part of the spirit of this event and to bless the young graduates. We welcome all the honorable judges from Bilaspur. As an academic, I am a little biased for my own academia. I am enthralled and excited with a galaxy of eminent educationists, from vice chancellors serving as well as past. We have with us notably Professor Ranbir Singh, Professor Venkat Rao, Professor Vijay Kumar, Professor Nishta Jaswal, Professor Vijendra Kumar, Professor Ram Kankani, Professor Dilip Uke, Professor Devinder Singh, and Professor O.V. Nandimat, who are all Vice Chancellor of National Universities who have congregated here to be part of this convocation. Also, we heartily welcome the Learned Advocate General and other members of AC, EC, and GC and Finance Committee. And we also welcome Registrar General, other distinguished invitees from the bar, especially from the media personnel. Though last in the order of my welcome, the beloved students of the graduating batch of 2026 are the real VIPs of today's solemn occasion. A hearty welcome to all of you. We also have their parents and guardians present here who have their invisible tears realizing their dream when they admitted you 5 years ago in HNLU when you are graduating today. We welcome them. If I turn back to the performance of HNLU of last year, I call it a year of momentum. Preparing an annual report for HNLU each year has become an increasingly formidable task because events are expanding, Achievements are accelerating and excellence is multiplying. The bar of performance is raised constantly at HNLU. The deliverables are scaled exponentially every year. AI, artificial intelligence, might have shrunk the time quotient for any task, but the traditional oral rendition of a voluminous report is not shrinkable. Hence, permit me to condense the report as 5 important markers, I call it, of our collective journey to be mentioned here, and the details are already printed and distributed with you for your leisurely reading. If I call marker 1, recognition among peers, HNLU was ranked 42nd on innovation quotient by the World University Ranking, or called as URI by Korea, for innovation for the year 2025, which is a motivating factor for all the stakeholders of the university. HNLU is also ranked 5th among the national law universities by the popular India Today rankings for a consecutive 3rd year in a row, which is a recognition for the deliverables of the faculty and students. This sustained high standing affirms our upward trajectory and the path of our quest for excellence. Marker 2, research expansion. The blossoming of the Research Hub and Spoke, or RHS initiative, securing major funded projects has inspired our research-driven trajectory. If I have to name a few, Project Justice Connect is a pro bono legal aid and capacity building initiative supported by a 3.35 crore grant from Asim Premji Foundation for a period of 3 years, is a hallmark which is initiated by RHIS. The project supports 2 interlinked high-impact initiatives aimed at strengthening access to justice, enhancing litigation capacity, and advancing professional legal education across the state of Chhattisgarh. The second one noteworthy is Project Climate Change Legislation for Chhattisgarh, sanctioned by the Chhattisgarh State Center for Climate Change and the Department of Forest and Climate Change, Government of Chhattisgarh. This project carries a financial outlay of 30 lakhs, seeks to develop a comprehensive legislative and institutional blueprint for state-level climate governance through stakeholder consultations. And another project which is very much connected with the Chhattisgarh landscape is the Abuj Maria Language, Culture, Society and Economic Project, which was awarded by the Indian Council for Social Science Research, focuses on documenting and analyzing the lived realities of particularly vulnerable tribal groups, thereby advancing the discourse on indigenous rights and legal justice. The third marker is the academic footprint. Numerous academic events were hosted. Extensive international conference participation by our faculty reflects the intellectual vibrancy. A total of 18 national and international academic events were organized in the last 12 months. 10 faculty members presented their papers in 12 conferences spread across Singapore, Tokyo, Indonesia, USA, UAE, Egypt, Sydney, Sri Lanka, and Greece. 9 faculties have authored and edited books in the field of international trade, blockchain, administrative law, tribal laws of Chhattisgarh, sociology, and oil and gas jurisprudence. The Legal Aid and Pro Bono Club has left its footprint with several programs this year, visiting villages, visiting prisons, and spreading awareness of the rights of people. If I go to the fourth marker, infrastructure growth, an upgraded learning resource center has enhanced students' facilities, and also we have revamped and refurbished the learning resource center lounges. 1 and 2 will be shortly revamped. The foundation ceremony of a modern auditorium complex with a seating capacity of 1,500 was today inaugurated by Honorable CJI today morning, which will really fulfill one of the long-standing thing of having our own space to conduct not only convocation, major national and international conferences. And the state government has generously promised to support this venture, and we look forward the completion of this auditorium at least by 2028, where HNLU will be celebrating its silver jubilee. Apart from that, there are several infrastructure projects which, to make a work-life balance in HNLU, has been initiated. The final marker, I would say, is students' achievements. HNLU, in my opinion, has arrived firmly in the mooting circuit. Recently, last week or last Sunday, HNLU was crowned as the national champions of the India rounds of the Jessup Moot and will be participating in Washington, D.C. next year. And for a decisive victory, I am sure, and the team is sure, that we will be reading the next year report with the Jessup Moot Cup with HNLU. HNLU is also declared runners-up for the Oxford Moot on Media, qualifiers in Nelson Mandela Moot, and also clinching several national moot performances, indicating HNLU is cementing its position as a front-runner in the moot scene. HNLU's stake in judiciary has been quite ascending steadily in the graph. We are delighted to share that 18 HNLU grads last year were selected to the judicial services of Chhattisgarh out of a total candidate of 54. Delighted to mention Mr. Suyash Pandey, a HNLU grad, was recently appointed as the Deputy Advocate General for CG at the Supreme Court. As mentioned in the beginning, the list is long, the evening is short, and request all of you to refer the details in the circulated booklet. I come to my last part of my address today, to the students. So to the dear graduates, today is not just celebration, but also reckoning. Your graduation is not into stability, but into transition. We live in a world where capital moves without passports. Data crosses borders without visas. Algorithms decide without accountability. Business is borderless, yet justice remains jurisdiction bound. Meanwhile, a winner takes all narrative threatens the philosophy painstakingly built about human dignity, socio-economic rights, gender equity, and intergenerational justice. I would like to quote another anecdote. A very young lawyer recently told me that about a recruitment process decided entirely by algorithmic screening. A brilliant candidate was rejected because the system filtered out universities which it did not recognize. So, no malice, no bias. At least it was not intentional, but I want to tell injustices occurred with a huge technology arriving. So this is the big challenge with the entire legal fraternity has to counter. So this is a new frontier. Power now resides as code as much as in courts. Law must not remain technologically illiterate understood. The lawyer of tomorrow must converse with engineers, economists, and ethicists importantly. Incremental reform, the genius of constitutional democracies, works in stable times. But when regression accelerates, tinkering is insufficient. What is needed are moments of awakening, what I call high tides of thought leadership. Let me briefly tell 5 high tides for the graduating students. First tide is, which you have to surf, is the normative reassertion. Reclaim constitutional morality in the age of markets and machines. You must reclaim the primacy of constitutional morality and human dignity in an age of markets and machines. Technology must be regulated not merely for efficiency, but for equity. The question is not what can be done. The question is what ought to be done. Law must re-anchor governance in the foundational values of life, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The second high tide is ethical technology governance. Artificial intelligence, data analytics, and digital infrastructure must be subjected to transparent legal frameworks. algorithmic accountability, data sovereignty, digital rights, and cyber justice must become central part of the legal process. The third high tide is inclusive economic constitutionalism. Borderless business cannot mean borderless exploitation. Corporate governance must integrate environmental, social, and governance responsibility, not mere symbolism. Law must confront inequality not as a statistics, but as a structural injustice. Economic growth, divorced from social justice, erodes legitimacy. Growth without justice erodes legitimacy. Borderless business must not become borderless exploitation. The fourth one is high tide, which you have to face as young lawyers, is gender and social equity jurisprudence. Progress is gender parity, and social inclusion cannot be presumed irreversible. It must be continuously defended, deepened, and expanded. Law must remain vigilant against the subtle re-entrenchment of hierarchies, whether through digital bias or workplace exclusion or cultural regression. The road is long winding, and to be vigilant so that it doesn't become a dead end one day. The fifth and final tide, I would say, is intergenerational environmental justice. Climate change is not a distant abstraction. It is a lived reality. The jurisprudence of the future must integrate intergenerational equity, recognizing that unborn also have moral claims upon us. Environmental degradation is not merely a policy failure, it is a justice failure. Lawyers must become stewards of planetary responsibility. And my final anecdote, which I want to share with you before I close. Many years ago, a young advocate in a district court argued a small land dispute for a marginal farmer. It was not a case of national importance or headlines. No headlines followed in the media. But when the judgment was delivered in favor of the farmer, he folded his hand and said to the advocate, "You have given me the dignity." And this is a message for lawyers who are graduating, that you can bring the dignity for what you have been trained and taught. So, in my opinion, law at its finest is not a spectacle. It is a dignity restored. So, if you charge the graduates today, markets are not destiny, technology is not morality, power is not justice. Need to remember that justice must be argued for, legislated for, defended for, and courageously litigated. The law you studied is an accumulated wisdom. The law you will practice must be courageous imagination. In the contest between profit and principle, between efficiency and equity, between power and justice, may you always stand where justice stands. As a Vice Chancellor, I do not merely congratulate you, I challenge you. May your journey be guided by courage, conscience, and constitutional conviction. Congratulations to the class of 2026, and thank you. Honorable Chancellor, sir, may I have the honor to request you to declare the 9th convocation of the Hidayatullah National Law University open.
I declare the 9th convocation of Hidayatullah National Law University open.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, this convocation of Hidayatullah National Law University has been called to confer the degrees upon the candidates who in examinations held for the purpose have been found qualified for receiving their respective degrees. Sir, may I have the honor to present before you the candidates who have qualified for the award of degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Laws, BA LLB honors for the administration of the oath.
Permitted.
Let the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Laws, and BA LLB honors stand forward.
This is the one, no? Honorable Chancellor, sir, please administer the oath to the candidates.
Do you sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the degree for which you are a candidate and for which you have been recommended, you will, in your thoughts, words, and deeds, conduct yourself as a worthy member of this university?
Honorable Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present unto you the candidates in person who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, to which I pray they may be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor of Hidayatullah National Law University, I admit the candidate in person for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of this university and charge them that in their life and conduct they prove themselves worthy of the same.
Let the candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy may I have the honor to invite Honorable Chief Justice of India and the chief guest of today's convocation ceremony to join us on the dais for the conferment of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. May I also request Honorable Chancellor Sir and Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to graciously join him on the dais. I now invite the following scholars to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Mr. Aditya Agrawal for his thesis titled Sovereignty, Surveillance and Suspicion, a genealogical study of India's counter-terrorism law and democratic accountability under the supervision of Dr. Pankaj Umbarkar. Ms. Palak Sarma for her thesis titled Constitutional Validity of Criminalizing Marital Rape in India, a Socio-Legal Study under the supervision of Dr. Kiran Kori and Dr. Ayan Hazra. Ms. Priyanka Rathi for her thesis titled Taxable Amount under Indian Goods and Services Tax and European Union Value Added Tax Laws, a comparative analysis with special reference to taxability of liquidated damages under the supervision of Dr. Anindya Tiwari. Mr. Sailesh Pandey for his thesis titled Evaluating the Effectiveness of the Right to Free Legal Aid Among the Scheduled Tribes of Chhattisgarh, an empirical study under the supervision of Dr. Balwinder Kaur. Ms. Shreya Badgyan for her thesis titled A Time to Forget, the Quest for a Legislative Framework on the Right to be Forgotten in India under the supervision of Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastav and Dr. Y. Papa Rao. Ms. Swati Singh Parmar for her thesis titled the neutrality of state consent and sovereignty in cases of intervention by invitation in international legal theory under the supervision of Professor Dr. Yogendra Kumar Srivastava. Honorable Sir, thank you for graciously conferring the degrees. May I request you to please resume your seat.
Honorable Chancellor, Sir, I have the honor to present unto you the candidates in person and in absentia who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Master of Laws, which I pray they may be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor of Hidayatullah National Law University, I admit the candidates in person in an absentia for the degree of Master of Laws of this university and charge them that in their life and conduct they prove themselves worthy of the same.
May I now have the honor to invite Honorable Mr. Justice P.S. Narasimha Sir, Judge Supreme Court of India, and our revered guest of honor of today's convocation ceremony to graciously join us on the dais for the conferment of degree of Master of Laws upon the following candidates. Mr. Ayush Malik, Ms. Ayushi Singh, Ms. Aditi Singh, Ms. Aditi Tiwari, Mr. Aditya Jangra, Ms. Akanksha Yadav, Ms. Akshata Singh, Mr. Anand Singh, Ms. Anushka Datta, Ms. Apurva Pathak, Mr. Ashay Maske, Mr. Ayush Nigam, Ms. Bhumika Gute, Ms. Gauri Dua, Mr. Hardik Sharma, Mr. Karni Singh Sandhu, Miss Khushi Gupta, Miss Khushi Yadav, Miss Kokila Beria, Miss Kritika Dudi, Miss Lopa Mudra Garadia, Miss Malvika V, Mr. Mir Arastu, Miss Namrata Mishra, Miss Nilanjana Banerjee, Honorable Sir, we are grateful to you for graciously conferring degrees. May I respectfully request you to resume your seat? May I now have the honor to invite Honorable Mr. Justice Prashant Kumar Mishra ji, Judge Supreme Court of India and our revered guest of honor of today's convocation ceremony for the conferment of degree of Master of Laws upon the following candidates. I request Chancellor Sir also to join. Mr. Nitesh Singh Kushwaha, Mr. Om Prakash Singh, Mr. Patil Jai Shirish, Prateek Modi, Puspanjali Murmu, Roshni Ranjan Pradhan, Ritika Singh, Ritu Priya, Sarfaraz Alam, Shivam Chaudhary, Shrishti Agrawal, Shreyans Sharma, Shubhang Swarup, Sweta Singh, Srishti Uran, Sudhir Yadav, Sumit Kumar Bharti, Suyas Srivastav, Vats Raj Pratap Singh, Varnit Tripathi, Vishruti Pandey, and Yash Tiwari. Honorable Sir, we are grateful to you for graciously conferring the degrees. May I respectfully request you to resume your seat. With your permission, may I respectfully invite Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir and Honorable Chancellor Sir to proceed for the administration of oath to the graduating students of BLLB Honours.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present unto you the candidates in person and in absentia who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of BA LLB Honours, to which I pray they may be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor of Hidayatullah National Law University, I admit the candidates in person in absentia for the degree of BA LLB Honours of this university and charge them that in their life and conduct they prove themselves worthy of the same.
I have the honor to invite Honorable Mr. Justice Ramesh Sinha Ji, Chief Justice of Chhattisgarh High Court and Chancellor Hidayatullah National Law University and Vice Chancellor HNLU to kindly proceed to the dais for conferment of degrees. I call upon the following students on the dais. Arshi Dhruva, Ayushi Bodh, Abhigyan Dwivedi, Abhijit Aditya, Aditi Kotecha, Aditi Kundu, Akash Deep Singh, Akshat Kumar Sharma, अक्षय जैन, एल्विन रवि, अमन गुप्ता, अमर्त्य वाजपेयी, अंशिका सिंह, अंशुमान सिंह, अर्जुन टेम्बरे, अरुणिमा साव, आर्या शर्मा, आर्यन मिश्रा, अवंतिका नाग, आयुष देवांगन, आयुष कुमार, आयुष त्रिपाठी, बी रितिश नायडू, बादल सिंह, भामिनी तनवानी, दीपित सील, दिशा पाठक, देवाशीष जैन, देवव्रत गुप्ता, दिव्यांश व्यास, दिव्यांशु सिंह, फराहत असर साहब, गरिमा अग्रवाल, गरिमा ठाकुर, ग्लोसी प्रशंसा लुगून, हर्ष मीना, हर्ष नायक, हर्ष राज गुप्ता, हर्ष राज सिंह बंजारे, हर्षिता वशिष्ठ, हरसिमरन कौर, ईशान सलूजा, जाधव विनीत सुनील, जस कौरविंद्रा, कनिष्का अग्रवाल, लैरी कूपर खरभंगर, लीना साहू, लीसा उइके, मोहिता सिंघल, मुस्कान बिंद मित्रा, Honorable Sir, we are grateful to you for graciously conferring the degrees. Honorable Sir, we are grateful to you for graciously conferring the degrees. May I now respectively request you to resume your seat. I now invite Shri Ram Vichar Netamji, Honorable Minister of Tribal Affairs, Chhattisgarh, to kindly come to the dais for awarding the degrees of BA LLB honors on the following students. Muskan Kande, हो गया? ओके, अच्छा. एन अपूर्वा राव, नचिकेत कौल, नमनजीत सिंह भाटिया, नंदन भारत राठी, नंदिता अशोक, नंदनी गिल्डा, नरेंद्र राठिया, निहिल भटनागर, निपुण चंद्राकर, Nirukta Krishnan, Nishchal Kumawat, Nitin Toppo, Nupur Mansani, Palak Agrawal, Prakirti Singh, Pranjali Ekka, Prashant Kumar, Pratham Singh, Pratibha Kavar, Prithvi Raj Chatterjee, Rahul Taneja, Ranjana Subba Toppo, Ranjana Sudha Toppo, Rishi Pandey, Riya Verma, Honorable Sir, we are grateful to you for graciously conferring the degrees. May I respectfully request you to resume your seat. We now invite Honorable Mr. Justice Parth Pratim Sahu, Sir, Judge, High Court of Chhattisgarh, to kindly come to the dais for awarding the degrees of BA LLB honors on the following students. Rohit Bhalla, Sahil Singh, Saket Mishra, Sakshi Chaube, Sakshi Singh Pakra, Samriddhi Pandey, Sanjay Kumar Sahu, Sanjeevani Kaushik, Sanskriti Devangan, Sarthak Mishra, Satsang Kumar, Saurav Singh, Shantanu Upadhyay, Shashank Tripathi, Shashank Verma. Honorable Sir, we are grateful to you for graciously conferring the degrees. May I respectfully request you to resume your seat. We now invite Honorable Mr. Justice P. Shyam Kaushik, Judge, High Court of Telangana, to kindly come to the dais for awarding the degrees of BLLB honors on the following students. Shivam Chandrakar, Sivani Shrivas, Shivans Tiwari, Shruti Suman, Shubham Azad, Shaumya Gadpale, Sonal Bhaskar, Soumya Pandey, Srishti Trisha Subarno, Stuti Hada, Suryans, Swapnil Bose, Triambak Raj, Tulika Mishra, Honorable Sir, Honorable Sir, we are grateful to you for graciously confirming the degrees. May I respectfully request you to resume your seat. We now invite Honorable Mr. Justice T. Raghuram Gowda, Sir, former Judge, High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to kindly come to the dais for awarding the degrees of BLLB honors on the following students. Vaishnavi Chandrakar, Vandita Agrawal, Vanshika Manglani, Vivek Meghvanshi, Ananya Jha, Sharma, Dimple Ahuja, Nishchal Chandel, and Vineet Bachwani. To you for graciously conferring the degrees, may I respectfully request you to resume your seat. With this, we conclude the conferment of degrees. I request the dignitaries to kindly take your seats. May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to take the proceeding further.
I have the honor to request the Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Chief Justice of India, to kindly deliver the convocation address.
Please take your seats. Justice P.S. Narasimha, Justice Prashant Kumar Mishra, my two esteemed colleagues, senior judges from the Supreme Court of India, Justice Ramesh Sinha, Honorable the Chief Justice of the High Court of Chhattisgarh and Chancellor of Hidayatullah National Law University, the distinguished judges of the High Court of Chhattisgarh, led by Shri Sanjay Agarwal and Brother Parth Pritam Sahu on the dais, Justice P. Shyam Koshi, now serving in the Telangana High Court, Shri Gajendra Yadav, Law Minister, State of Chhattisgarh, Shri Ram Vichar Netam, Minister, Department of Tribal Affairs, State of Chhattisgarh, Justice Raghuram, former Judge, Andhra High Court, Vivekanandan, a very distinguished and eminent jurist, educationist, Vice Chancellor, Hidayatullah National University, a galaxy of distinguished former and serving Vice Chancellors of various national universities. Please pardon me that I am not naming you individually. Professor Ranbir Singh, my teacher, my guru, senior functionaries of this distinguished teachers and non-teaching staff of the National Law University, proud parents and family members, very distinguished spouses of some of my ladies and gentlemen, friends from media, and most importantly, my dear graduating students. A very good afternoon to all of you. I know that with the advent of so much technology and so much wealth in technology available, all my dear students are aware that what I spoke yesterday in Jodhpur. So I always start with a caveat against myself that while speaking in last 6 months more than dozens of convocations, do I have something new to share with you? I hope I am able to meet that challenge even today also. To be here today in this convocation being organized by Hidayatullah National University, Raipur. This event is clearly very special, for the convocations are solemn occasions of pride for the graduates, their families, the teachers, and the institutions that have nurtured them. Before I prepare for this address, and thank to Professor Vivekanandan that he gave me an opportunity to visit the campus physically today before lunch, because while traveling yesterday, I was imagining and creating a hypothetical situation that if I were to be in your campus, what should be the small anecdotes and events that I should very fondly gather and remind you of. So I try to imagine what an ordinary day in the campus of past of the academic block one encounters a collage of activities, spirited debates on the staircase, animated discussions on current events, laughter echoing through the corridors, and somewhere in the background, an impromptu musical performance. And similar, on the lakeside, conversations stretch long after sunset. Some students hurry to the library with armfuls of notes, while others linger on and they would carry novels unrelated to the syllabi. A football match may be underway, and as evening deepens, the university transforms into friends unwinding after a demanding day. Dear young friends, hold on to these memories with affection, for they are the true markers of your time here. In its usual rhythm, as I could see that hardly there were any movements. So just imagine the staircase are quieter, the fields are momentarily still, and the library has been temporarily forgotten. Why? Instead, everything has converged into this hall, years of efforts, friendships, uncertainties overcome, and aspirations waiting to take shape, all gathered into a single moment of transition. And what is precisely the convocation that is truly this kind of event, that you forget everything and you are all together for one momentary occasion. But convocation is not a ceremony of completion. It's a pause between two. But let me speak about how to sustain it over a lifetime. In my experience, two qualities make all the difference. First, the ability to walk with others. Please remember, the ability to walk with others. That is, to cultivate a spirit of collaboration rather than isolation. And second, the understanding that the law is a long drawn game and one that rewards patience more than speed. So let me begin the first one, evolving a collaborative spirit and how peers should treat each other in that process. Your journey so far has likely been shaped by competition through entrance examination, grades, and placements. At each stage may have felt like a race, forcing you to view your peers as rivals for limited opportunities. Contrarily, the legal profession operates on a different logic. While it may appear adversarial from the outside, it is sustained by cooperation on the inside. Let me explain with an analogy. If you observe any great river, what you will notice? You will notice that it is never the work of a single stream. It begins as scattered trickles in distant hills and flows forward because many waters move together in the same direction. Some tributaries are swift, some carry silt, and others flow underground. Yet each contributes to the river's force and continuity. Imagine removing of these streams, which inevitably weakens the river but brings them together, and then it can sustain entire region. The legal system is much the same. Behind every argument presented in court lie hours of research by juniors, discussions with colleagues, guidance from seniors, and the unflinching support of many individuals whose names may never appear on the record. Even the opposing counsel many a times contributes by sharpening issues through disagreement. So each role plays, every role when you will see of junior, the assisting counsel, the drafting, the disagreement, each role flows along a different course, but all feed the larger current of justice. None is inherently superior. Each derives meaning from its participation in the whole, and in that sense, the law progresses through collective effort. So, my dear young friends, your classmates today will become the professionals you encounter throughout your career as colleagues, opposing counsel, or perhaps even judges before whom you appear. The faces you see around you are not just fellow graduates. They are your lifelong companions in the profession. Precisely because your journeys will intersect again and again, how you treat one another assumes lasting importance. I therefore strongly advise you all to extend kindness even amid fierce competition, to show respect even when opinions differ, and to offer empathy when someone falters. A profession sustained over decades cannot thrive on rivalry alone. It requires a reservoir of goodwill. Be such a colleague that others feel comfortable approaching you, not only in success, but also in uncertainty. In this light, allow me to share a brief experience from my own early years at the bar. One day, a fellow criminal lawyer, whom I was not well acquainted with, he approached me for assistance in a matter for which probably he thought, or some people had the perception, that I was the domain expert. I immediately explained to him the prevailing legal position and advised him the best way forward. I did not care about the misconception that someone might one day stand against me in court as a rival expert. Instead, I was pleasantly surprised when I got a call from that very fellow colleague to accept that very brief of his client, and not only this, that was not the isolated case, that colleagues of mine started sending all such similar matters to me, which eventually led to a friendship that still survives to this day. That singular episode taught me that in a profession measured in decades, no interaction is trivial and no kindness is wasted. I hope you all will learn to see collaboration not merely as a strategy for professional advancement, but as a way of sustaining the profession itself. When lawyers treat one another with respect, generosity, and fairness, they strengthen the credibility of system they serve. When they see only rivals, the profession becomes fragmented and brittle. As you step forward, I urge you to regard your peers as partners in shaping the future of the law. Support one another, celebrate one another's achievements, and extend help when it is sought. You may discover that the strength you offer today returns to you many times over in the years ahead, just as it happened in the instance which I just now narrated before you. Law functions most effectively when its diverse members operate as a community bound by professional courtesy and shared purpose. In strengthening one another, your strength infuses together, and then all of you strengthen the law as a whole. Let me now come to the second point, law as a long-drawn game, a reminder to remain patient. On the second quality, the understanding that law is a long-drawn game must be well understood. Professional athletes peak in their 20s, while lawyers are still getting their degrees. Corporate careers may advance rapidly, but they settle down in their last career very early. Even the technology industry valorizes the energy of young over the experience of the seasoned. Law, nevertheless, follows a different rhythm. It is a profession in which time deepens rather than diminishes value. What I mean by this is that authority, judgment, and influence in the legal profession tend to grow slowly. They are not conferred overnight, but are accumulated through years of practice, observation, and reflection. Many of the most respected figures in the legal world and also the personal inspirations would reach their greatest heights at stages of life when other professionals begin to contemplate retirement. That is the contrast between legal profession and the other professions. This slow but sustained trajectory can make the early years feel paradoxical. The contrast may seem particularly stark if you compare your status, income, and responsibilities with those in other professions. You may work tirelessly, yet visible progress may appear modest. You may prepare extensively, yet opportunities to argue independently may be limited. It is easy to wonder whether you are moving forward at all and to mistake slow growth for stagnation. I strongly urge you not to be dissuaded by this. In fact, much of what matters in law is built beneath the surface. You are learning how courts function, how arguments are shaped, how clients think, and how facts interact with principles. Think of the development of your career as the construction of a building. So how? The most critical work happens below the surface. Foundations are laid out of sight. Yet they determine the strength of everything that follows. And trust that over time your role will evolve. The junior who once assisted will begin to lead. The advocate who once sought guidance will start offering it. Responsibilities will expand, perspectives will change, and the profession will begin to reveal its deeper dimensions. Recognition too tends to arrive gradually. In law, consistency matters more than occasional brilliance. A single victory may celebrate, but that celebrations will be very briefly. But a sustained record of diligence and fairness earns lasting respect. The law, in its own humbling way, teaches patience through experience. At this stage, it may help to set aside any rigid timelines you may have imagined for success. If you measure your progress only in months, you may feel impatient. If you measure it in years, you will see growth. But if you measure it in decades, you will see true transformation. So be patient with yourselves. You do not need to have all the answers today. You only need curiosity, commitment, and the willingness to keep showing up. So my dear graduates, as you leave this university for the first time, the structure will recede and the choices will be almost entirely your own. That transition can be both liberating and unsettling, but it is also where true professional identity begins to take shape. The years ahead will bring new challenges, but also opportunities you cannot yet imagine. In those moments, remember the two simple ideas we have reflected upon today, namely, do not walk alone and do not expect the journey to be short. And perhaps when the pressures feel overwhelming, recall the wisdom of your own campus motto. So what was your campus motto? Light low. So again reminding you, so now I can say confidently, that you will follow my both advice. Do not walk alone and do not expect the journey to be short. And perhaps when the pressures feel overwhelming, recall the wisdom of your own campus motto, light low. Carry your responsibility seriously. So carry your responsibilities seriously, but do not allow them to burden your spirit beyond measure. Support one another. Stay connected to the community that begins here in the university campus. Allow time to do its work of shaping you into the professionals you aspire to become. Many years from now, you may meet again, and when you do, I hope you will recognize not only familiar faces, but also the shared history of having begun this wondrous journey together. Dear graduates, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each one of you for reaching this milestone. I convey my appreciation to your proud parents and families whose encouragement and sacrifices have made this achievement possible. Finally, I offer my sincere thanks, great respect, and gratitude to each member of the faculty and staff of this institution whose dedication has equipped you all with knowledge and with the confidence to use it responsibly. May your careers be long and meaningful. May you all find strength in companionship and patience in the unfolding of time. And may you all have happy and fulfilling lives. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving this opportunity to share my views. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and motivating words of wisdom. They are truly encouraging. We now proceed to one of the most distinguished and eagerly awaited segments of today's convocation ceremony, the conferment of coveted gold medals. May I have the honor to invite Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakanji, Honorable Chief Justice of India, to graciously join us on the dais for the conferment of gold medals. May I also request Honorable Chancellor Sir and Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to graciously join Honorable Chief Justice on the dais. Wait. I now call upon the dais Miss Jas Kaur Bindra, and I will take few times. Miss Jas Kaur Bindra has bagged 12 gold medals. I request Honorable Chief Justice of India to award the following gold medals to Miss Jas Kaur Bindra: the University Gold Medal for securing first rank instituted by HNLU, University Gold Medal in Family Law instituted by HNLU, University Gold Medal in Political Science instituted by Hidayatullah National Law University, Chhattisgarh State Bar Council Gold Medal for securing first rank, Shri Vidyadhar Mishra Memorial Gold Medal for securing first rank instituted by Honorable Mr. Justice Prashant Kumar Mishra Ji, Judge Supreme Court of India, late Srimati Shanti Devi Agrawal Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in law of taxation instituted by Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay K. Agrawal Sir, Judge High Court of Chhattisgarh, Shri Dinesh Prasad Srivastava Memorial Gold Medal for Best Graduating Student instituted by Shri Senior Advocate Shri Ravindra Srivastava, Dinesh Prasad Srivastava Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest CGPA instituted by Senior Advocate Shri Ravindra Srivastava, Dinesh Prasad Srivastava Memorial Gold Medal for a female student for securing the highest CGPA instituted by Senior Advocate Shri Ravindra Srivastava, late Advocate Kamal Narayan Sharma Gold Medal for securing the highest CGPA instituted by Srimati Savita Pathak, late Nand Kishore Pandey Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in professional ethics instituted by Shri C.K. Pandey. Miss Jas Kaur Bindra is also receiving the coveted Chancellor's Gold Medal for overall best performance in her batch. I request Honorable Chancellor Sir to kindly award the gold medal to the student. May I have the honor to invite Justice P.S. Narasimha Sir and Justice Prashant Kumar Mishra Sir to join the Honorable Chief Justice of India. I now invite Ms. Harsimran Kaur to kindly proceed to the dais. Ms. Harsimran Kaur has secured 6 gold medals in recognition of her outstanding academic excellence. May I have the honor to invite Honorable Chief Justice of India to graciously confer following gold medals upon Ms. Harsimran Kaur, the University Gold Medal in Economics instituted by HNLU, University Gold Medal in Jurisprudence and Legal Method instituted by HNLU, University Gold Medal in Sociology instituted by HNLU, late KP Munshi Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in Corporate Law instituted by Advocate VK Munshi, the Sayyid Ikhtiar Hussain Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in Criminal Law and Professional Ethics instituted by Advocate SK Farhan, late Hamidullah Khan Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in Indian Penal Code instituted by Srimati Saida Sabnam Alvi. I call upon the dais Ms. Aditi Kundu. She has bagged 3 gold medals. I request Justice P.S. Narasimha sir to award the following gold medals. The late Bigna Haran Singh Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in intellectual property rights instituted by Dr. Raman Singh, former Chief Minister and Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Chhattisgarh. Shri Dayanand Shukla Gold Medal, Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in constitutional law and administrative law instituted by Senior Advocate Dr. Nirmal Shukla. Srimati Sankari Shukla Gold Medal for female student securing the highest mark in constitutional law and administrative law instituted by Senior Advocate Dr. Nirmal Shukla. I invite Ms. Soumya Gadpale, late Sri Panchanan Bhaduri Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in Civil Procedure Code, instituted by Sri Kishore Bhaduri, Senior Advocate High Court of Chhattisgarh. Sayyid Wakil Ahmad Rizvi Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in Civil Procedure Code, Drafting, Pleading and Conveyancing, Transfer of Property Act and Alternative Dispute Resolution, instituted by Advocate Faisal Rizvi. Dinesh Prasad Srivastava Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in property law, instituted by Senior Advocate Shri Ravind Srivastava. I invite Ms. Garima Agrawal to come to the dais, and she has bagged University Gold Medal in International Law instituted by Hidayatullah National Law University. Late Deepak Agrawal Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in Mercantile Law instituted by Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay K. Agrawal, Judge, High Court of Chhattisgarh. I now invite on the dais Ms. Vaishnavi Chandrakar. She has also secured 2 gold medals, namely University Gold Medal in Labor Laws instituted by HNLU and Sri late Chitrakant Jaiswal Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in arbitration law instituted by Sri Prashant Jaiswal. Honorable Sir, thank you for graciously bestowing its honor upon the students. I may respectfully request to resume your seat. May I now have the honor to invite Sri Gajendra Yadav, Honorable Minister of Law and Legislative Affairs, Government of Chhattisgarh, to graciously confer the next set of gold medals. I now invite on the dais Miss Aditi Kotecha. She has bagged the Dinesh Prasad Srivastava Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in constitutional law papers instituted by Sri Ravindra Srivastava, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, Aditi. I now invite on dais Miss Prakirti Singh. She has secured the late Vigna Haran Singh Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in international law, human rights and environmental law instituted by Dr. Raman Singh, former Chief Minister, Chhattisgarh. Thank you, sir. I now invite on the dais Shri Ram Vichar Netamji, Honorable Minister of Tribal Affairs, to kindly come to the dais for awarding the gold medals. Miss Sanjeevani Kaushik. Miss Sanjeevani Kaushik has bagged the late Dinesh Chandra Tiwari Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest marks in criminology instituted by Shri Vibhash Chandra Tiwari. I now call upon the dais Ms. Shruti Suman. Ms. Shruti Suman is receiving the late Syed Afzal Ahmad Rizvi Gold Medal, Memorial Gold Medal, for the best performance in criminal law and advocacy, instituted by Advocate Faisal Rizvi. Honorable Sir, we thank you for graciously bestowing this honor upon the student. May I respectfully request you to resume your seat. I now invite on the dais Honorable Mr. Justice Parth Pratim Sahu, sir, Judge High Court of Chhattisgarh, to kindly come to the dais for awarding the gold medals. To Miss Nilanjana Banerjee, our PG student. Ms. Nilanjana Banerjee has secured University Gold Medal for securing the first rank instituted by Hidayatullah National Law University, and late Advocate Kamal Narayan Sharma Gold Medal for securing the highest CGPA instituted by Srimati Savita Pathak. I now call upon the dais Ms. Srishti Agrawal, our PG student. Ms. Srishti has secured Sri Jogiram Agrawal Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest CGPA by a female student in LLM, Technology and Law, instituted by Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay K. Agrawal, Judge High Court of Chhattisgarh. Honorable Sir, we thank you for graciously bestowing this honor upon the student. May I respectfully request you to resume your seat. I now invite on the dais Honorable Mr. Justice P. Sam Koshi, Judge High Court of Telangana, to kindly come to the dais for awarding the gold medal to Mr. Shreyan Sharma. Mr. Shreyan Sharma has secured Sri Virendra Kumar Agrawal Memorial Gold Medal for securing the highest CGPA by a male student in LLM, Intellectual Property Rights, instituted by Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay K. Agrawal, Judge, High Court of Chhattisgarh. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, we now proceed towards unveiling of official publication of our university. May I now request the dignitaries on the dais to release the HNLU Journal of Law and Social Sciences, Volume 11, Issue 1, published by Hidayatullah National Law University Press. May I now request the dignitaries on the dais to release the HNLU Student Law Journal, Volume 1, Issue 2, published by HNLU Press. May I now request the dignitaries on the dais to release the edited book titled Constitution at 75, Evolving Text, Context and Transformation, edited by myself and my colleagues, Mr. Abhinav Shukla and Ms. Garima Panwa. Respected dignitaries on the dais, I thank you for releasing the official publications of the university. With this, we come to the conclusion of the ceremony. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to take the proceeding further.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, may I now have the honor to request you to declare the 9th Convocation of Hidayatullah National Law University dissolved.
I dissolve the 9th Convocation of Hidayatullah National Law University.
Please rise for the national anthem. I request the band to play the retreat.